make sure it's
This
working.
Hangout is on air and is live. Yay! All right, so I'm on a Chromebook.
On my PC, just so I can have both profiles.
All right. So I will send a Hangout. I think maybe what will be the best bet is that I'll send a Hangout invite on air invite to you that'll start at like 6:10. You know, because I mean it's very minimum. They do Pledge Allegiance and all that kind of stuff. And so then we can join like we did before and not actually start the broadcast.
Yeah.
And then I'll just stay online with you until it's time. And then when it's time, you can go plug me in and I'll hit start broadcast. And then we can present.
Okay. And I guess, you know, I could do that. I could have you on one and me on another. So I could be on my Chromebook when we actually hang out, so they see that it works on our kids' devices too, if you want. And then I can present from my PC. I'm just like sitting here in the office. I have all these devices and they all started ringing. So I'm trying to decide what to take and what not to take. So that
Why don't you just take the PC? And,
okay.
Because I'll be on the Chromebook.
Okay.
So that they'll see that I'm initiating all of this from a Chromebook and that's working on a Chromebook, blah, blah, blah.
That sounds good because I did it before where, like, when I was at the ISD, your sound didn't come through it for some reason.
Right. But it's coming through okay now.
Yeah, on my PC it sounds great. It's clear. That I don't get any interference so far. And I have multiple devices sitting right here. So
cool.
It's good.
All right, so let me see now if I'm in here and I want to show my screen. So I'm going, hi everybody, yakety yak. And then I want to show them the PowerPoint while I'm talking. Share your screen.
Which is a cool feature.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. And I tried to open your PowerPoint and I don't have, if you want to change those settings.
I thought by putting it in the where I put it, it would automatically have them, but let's go in. It didn't. So let me go in here and hit that. So you're seeing my screen right now?
Yes.
And hearing me?
Yes.
We'll just go in and make this anyone with the link. I did put it on the board report. I linked it there. So there we go. All right. So once I get to this point, I can just start my presentation from here and talk to them. So I'll hit present. So now you're just seeing the actual presentation, right?
Correct. And I'll just maximize the Hangout window on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll change mine to no camera and maybe no voice. No, I'll leave voice on. No camera for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. You can leave it on. Just mute it because they may want to ask questions afterwards or whatever, and I want them to see that I can interact with them.
Oh, okay. Because I usually do that when a presentation is going on just for the sake of bandwidth. But
yeah, well, you can do that. Yeah, turn the camera off and just mute it.
Okay.
And then when I'm done, turn it back on and unmute so that I can talk to them.
Yeah, or I'm okay with leaving it open and seeing how it goes.
Yeah, we can. That's a good idea too. I don't know what my bandwidth is going to be like where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That'll be kind of the telltale sign. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, I will do FaceTime with you on my. You can bring up the slideshow on your computer.
Yep.
And I'll FaceTime with you and kind of yak that way.
All right, so take my phone, or do you want to FaceTime through my iPad, or
whatever way?
You said something about Air Server, but then they have to be on the same Wi-Fi, and my phone is not on the same Wi-Fi as my PC.
Okay.
And actually, neither's my iPad, but I can switch to PHSWLAN easy on my PC, so
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter. I just talked myself right through that.
All right, so now I'm going to stop screen sharing, and then it should be back to me.
Yep, I see you.
No. Okay, that'll be good. I think that'll be the best way to go. Let me, I want to go into the board site real quick and just look at the agenda that's out there.
Okay. I'll do the same.
You know, usually I go to that board docs or whatever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'll have a few different devices with me as well in case something weird goes on.
Okay.
My thought was that I would just go to the hotel and stay there until I was done and then go over to my meeting.
Yeah.
I guess it just really depends on how long the little snafu is kind of making it probably make it a little bit more difficult to anticipate.
Yes, which is why I gave you a heads up.
All right. Word docs.
Today's the 18th, right?
It is.
Okay, I've got the agenda open.
I'm just about there. Okay.
That student was pretty excited about getting his Chromebook too. He was glad you didn't make him wait till Wednesday.
Thanks for doing that. That was good. I was like, man, we got to get that to him. I was going to do it today before I left, and I was like, argh.
No problem.
All right, so we're going to do Pledge of Allegiance, roll call, addenda, communications, comments from the audience, which is where the snafu may happen.
Yep.
Then they approve meeting minutes. That only takes a second. Approve staffing update. That shouldn't take very long. Approve. Well, where in the world did he put us?
Well, it's on the 3.3. Go to the 3.03
Yeah.
and click on that.
Approve staffing update?
Yeah. See the updates?
Yep. Interesting. So then there's under 4, consent. And then they have it again under 5.01.
All right, I'll go down there. Okay.
Where he's actually presenting.
Oh.
So yeah, that could be really interesting. Then it's you and me, and we're going to kind of bounce that around where I'll do mine before yours.
Yes. Because that'll be easier as far as your time frame and me trying to keep track of it all.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so all that's first. We're 502, 503.
And it starts at 6, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I'll probably like go get some stuff, take a little break between then. Because I've been here, I've been at meeting this morning. That's always fun.
Oh yeah. You can go home and do whatever you need to do. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just kind of keep if you can kind of keep me updated with text.
Yeah, I will. And I will, how about if I text you right when I get to the high school?
Yeah, text me when you get to the high school, but then as it starts, I'm wondering if when it gets to, see that number 3, that's a consent agenda. There's no talk about that.
Right.
Except not from the audience. There can be talk between the board members. up
Right,
front?
but I think on
It'll happen.
2.0.
Yeah, it's going to happen on 2.01,
Mm-hmm.
and it could happen again on 5.01.
Yeah, and they're both before us, so that's why I wanted to give you a heads up.
Right. So I'm thinking if once it starts, you know, you're going to let me know that it started. Say, okay, we just started.
Yep.
Then I think when it gets to probably when it gets to the consent agenda. So after the comments from the audience, unless I want to hear all that, which I don't know that I really do.
You want me to text you then with 3.0 starts?
Yeah. I mean, kind of just say, okay, we just started one. Okay, we just started audience. You know what I mean? Just kind of keep me up to date.
Sure.
And then that way, I think what I'll do is the restaurant is literally right in front of the hotel. I mean, the hotel is right behind where it's at.
Okay.
So I could be sitting at the restaurant and then just excuse myself and be over there within a minute or two.
Okay.
Maybe that'll work out better in terms of I'm just trying to not miss as much as possible on both ends.
Right, which this is giving you the opportunity to maybe be kind of in two places at once.
Yes, that's exactly right. So if we can just do it that way, and you can just kind of, just keep me updated, text me, and we'll kind of go back and forth on all that. And then I'll just go to the hotel when I think I'm ready, when it's about time, and get going. I may, when you text me that you're there,
Yep.
I may try, depending on what's going on, I may try to do a test with you from the hotel.
Okay.
Just because, sometimes other people's Wi-Fi can be kind of wacky too.
Right.
But again, we'll kind of play a little bit by ear.
Do you have people showing up on our live chat right now? On our live broadcast, I mean?
I didn't invite anybody, so unless somebody's just kind of poking around, we can say, hi.
People do that.
We're testing. That's why it was called test. It says zero viewers.
This brings me back to prepping with Gina. They've made this easier too now, so that's good.
All right. So if I hit stop broadcast right now, I'm going to hit stop broadcast because I want to see if I can still talk to you afterwards or if the whole thing just dies.